Hello all. In this video, we're going to walk through AWS configurations. First, we're gonna set up VPC. Then we're gonna create a EC2 instance, and then we're gonna create a S3 bucket. And then once we implement all the EC2 instance software, and we're gonna after test it EC2 instance, then we create a AMI. Then from the AMI, we will create instance. This way, every time when you modify any software in your instance, and then just recreate your image AMI, and then any time when you want to create EC2 instance, create from AMI. So we'll walk through those steps. First, we're gonna create a VPC. Before the VPC, so why this is important? Setting up an EC2 instance allow you to save time while practicing various recipes and workflows. While you could have used another Unix shell, we recommend creating an EC2 instance to refresh and strengthen your AWS skills. Keep in mind, we are not associated with anything with AWS. We have to use one of the cloud platform. That's why we are using AWS. You can use Azure and GCP, and at the same time, Ambari Cloud has no relations with AWS, and we are not endorsing. Okay. So first we're going to create a AWS VPC. What we need to do is you log into your cloud, and they don't charge anything, and sometimes it may take 24 hours to get an account. Once you log into, and then change the region to Ohio, because all my settings are in Ohio. So if I share anything, it's easy for you guys. And then in the search, you select the query, find the VPC, and you can do simply VPC, and then you can. So since I already had that one, so click on the VPC, then you will get this screen like this, and then after that we're gonna click on create VPC, and so we're going to use so let's go back to our document here, and okay, so here click on VPC, and then we are using VPC and more, so click on that, and so you select here, and then give it some name, project 2, I already have some, and then keep everything default, and now let's go back to our document. Okay, so they don't make any changes here, and so keep all this your subnets information as is, and let's go back to here. So these are the subnets information, and so keep going here, and then okay, so then here, so let's keep watching then further. And create VPC. Okay, then let's click on create VPC. Okay, so create VPC. So it takes some time to, okay, then view VPC here, and then you will see all the subnets and all the stuff, and then now let's go back to here, select subnet, and so once you create a VPC, then select subnets and select enable auto assign public IP for address. Enable auto assign because we need an IP address. So subnets here. Okay, so we have 4 subnets, and click on it. Okay, and so let's click on actions, edit subnets, right? And then here enable auto assign public IP address, save. And so we selected, then okay, go back to subnets again, and so we are looking at all other subnets has that value. If you look at project 2 subnet, okay, project 2 subnet again one more time, and action edit subnet settings, we have it here. Then go back to subnets, and then project 2 subnet, then click on it, edit subnet, enable again. We need to make sure every subnet auto assign IP address. Otherwise, we will not able to log into those EC2 instances. Okay, so select here, click on edit subnet, enable auto assign, click save, and go back to subnets and look at the project 2 here again. Click on the subnet, and you can do at the time of create, but here after create I'm overwriting the features of it. Okay, so and then that's done. Then okay, so we did all the things, and if you look at project 1 is previous. Okay, so now let's go back to our document, and then that's it. Then we're done. Apart from enabling auto assign IP, no additional changes are required to the option. Okay, so now we have a subnet ready. So it is required for your account to have at least one subnet. And then after that, what we're going to do is we're going to create a EC2 instance. Then let's go to here. You just check it, EC2, yeah, right? And click on the EC2 instance here. And then now if you see here, instance running, no, I'm running any instances yet. And then if you look at here, instances, and then if you go to here, AMIs, so once you create, we're going to store, once you test it, then we're going to store that instance image. That means with the software and everything, we're going to create AMIs. So AMIs is basically like ghost images. Let's say you buy 100 laptops, and then you want to have every laptop have the exactly same software. So what the companies do is they create an image and then buy new laptops, and then they load the same software in all the machines, right? That's how the EMI is. AMIs are not EMIs. So, and then next is here, we're going to do a security groups. We need to set up, because we need to connect to so you think about EC2 instance is a laptop, right? You need to connect it. That means we need to open the ports, and then, okay, what are the ports are available? What ports are we going to open it? And from which IP address, all the things. This is a big topic by itself, but I suggest dive into, learn about, and then what is input, what is the groups for input, what is groups for output, and then what IP address is allowed, what are the restrictions. So there's a lot of stuff here. But then after that, we're going to create a key pair. So key pair is basically, you think about lock and key, right? And so when you create a machine, you need a password, and then your password need to be authenticated. So that means you know the password, but when you type in, something is there in your laptop to authenticate your password. So that's what the key pair. So it's a private and public key pair. We'll discuss on those as we progress. Okay, so now let's look at what we have. Create a EC2 instance, right? And create and download key pair file to your download directory. Keep this file safe. So what we need to do is, first, before we create any EC2 instance, right, let's go to key pair and create a key pair, then give some name, and then we're going to use PEM. But if you are using, PuTTY, then, you can use PPK. But since we are, but if you have Windows, then you download this. But if you have a Unix shell or like a Mac, use PEM. I'm using a Unix shell, then, use PEM file. But if you have Windows, then if you download the PuTTY and then attach your PPK file. Give some name and then create a key pair. And what it does is, and it creates a new file and downloads into your download directory. Let's try that. So here I'm going to call Ambari some name, then, create a key pair, and then the key pair from Ambari is downloaded, right? Now, so here this is, and make sure that this do not share to anyone, and this is very important file for it. Okay. Now, once you download into in Unix or in your Mac, and make sure change the permission to your PEM file with change mode 400. So that way, nobody can, open it and see it. So as a root, change that value. So always important. So, okay. So let's do that. Okay. I am going to, okay. Sorry. Okay. It's in the downloads, CD, downloads. Okay. So if you look at here, ambari.pem, so change mode, 400 Ambari. Okay, that's it. Then if we do ls minus lrt, yeah, then it is only, if you look at here, it's just read only. Okay, so that's important. Okay, so that's what we did here. Then let's go to the security groups, right? We need to create a security groups. Click on the security groups, right? And then you will have a default security group, but you can create a new security group and give some name, right? And let's give us a security group called Ambari. Okay. Then what we need to do is add inbound rules. That means you want to connect to the machine, right? So think about EC2 instance, some laptop sitting in your data center somewhere. You need to connect. So for that, we need to add some rules. Okay. Now let's go to here and say open port 22. So, and, okay, so it is SSH, right? So automatically adds SSH value. And then, okay, let's go back to here. Yeah, 22.8. Then next is, okay, then add the rule. Okay. Then we're going to select the 80. Okay. So select 80. Okay. Add rule. And okay. Then 80. So, if you have a add rule, and then next is 40, because I will explain that 40 rule. Okay. Okay. Add rule. Okay. So then here create a, okay, right. Anywhere, we not custom, we can, yeah, we want to kind of, so I want to connect from any laptop, right? And so from my laptop, anywhere, so you need to select. Okay. So that means the AWS guys, they will alert you because it's open to everyone. So from any laptop, you can connect to your EC2 instance once you're set up. But generally in companies, what they do is they put the IP ranges here. So your company IP range. That means, or you can say, only certain IP or one IP or a range of IPs can connect to SSH or can do. So this is, more control. But right now, if you look at here, they put saying that, okay, we recommend security group rules to allow access from our own. But yeah, this is risk, but our practice, we are fine. Okay. So when we do that and let's say create a security group, sorry, a little bit change here and setting up. We're going to create a security group and, Ambari group. Okay. Then you need to select your VPC, right? Remember we created a VPC. Then you select our VPC. Right now we select VPC 2. And then create a security group. Okay. So security group is, so whenever you create a EC2 instance, you need to select this security group. That means they open the ports, these ports, 80, 22, 80, 40. And then you need to attach your key pair so that you can log in. In order to log in, you need to open the ports, right? Think about your house is fully, blocked, but you need to enter. You need a door. So think about the port. But in order to enter into a door, you need a key pair. You need access keys. That's how it works. Okay. So now, we created a VPC. And we created a security group, we created a key pair. And so I'm going to review one more time. So before we get into, okay. So here, okay. So we created VPC and we created a PEM file. We created a security group. And then that's what this video is. And then after that, we're going to start creating EC2 instance. Okay. Thank you.